This episode is brought to you by Bumble. So, you want to find someone you're compatible with, specifically someone who's ready for a serious connection, totally open to having kids in the future, is a tall, rock-climbing Libra, and loves rom-coms with vegan pizzas on Tuesdays just as much as you do. Bumble knows that you know exactly what's right for you. So whatever it is you're looking for, Bumble's features can help you find it. Date now on Bumble.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another relationship advice. Wait a second, I did this again. Welcome to another edition of the... No, that's not even how I do it either. Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. Welcome to another edition of relationship advice. There we go. That's the intro. I don't know where my brain is at, and it ain't even past midnight. It's 4 in the afternoon. I don't know what's going on with my head right now. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and get on into these stories because they be having some wild stories, man. I tried doing another podcast episode. I kept doing multiple takes, and I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'll probably just turn it into a video one day. But I'm like, for now, I gotta do something else because I'm like, I hate when I do that. I hate when I do multiple takes of whether it's a video, podcast, episode, whatever it is. I'm like, I'm just trying to get stuff done. All right. So anyways, let's go ahead and get on into this first one. This is an update to, I guess, like a previous one. But anyways, I've just discovered that my girlfriend's family is putting me down in front of her and me. Could I ever rebuild the trust? Wait, what? I've discovered that why do they people be talking weird on Reddit, man? Dang, just leave out. They be having like the age and the number, and then they put like an apostrophe S at the end of it. And I'm like, now I threw my head into a loop. Man, people, talk normal on Reddit. I'm like, it's weird. But anyways, okay, I'm gonna try to read this again and try to understand it this time. One last time. I've just discovered that my girlfriend's family is putting me down in front of her. So I guess like maybe talking badly about him. Could I ever rebuild the trust? Okay, let's just go on and read on into it. Quick summary. I previously shared how I discovered my girlfriend's family, who is Portuguese, was making racist and derogatory remarks about me in Portuguese, thinking I couldn't understand them. Oh, so that, okay. Because I was like putting me down in front of her and me. And I'm like, bro, you could have left out a lot of stuff in that title. And then I felt like I would have understood it. Then it's like, can I ever rebuild the trust? And I'm all like, no, they're the ones that need to be rebuilding trust. You don't need to be doing nothing. They need to be apologizing to you. That's crazy. That's something where I'm all like, nah, I guess if I'm ever in a situation like that, where if I'm married in a relationship to somebody outside my race and they're making racist, derogatory comments and stuff about me, I'm like, I ain't gonna be bothered with them. But that'd be some stuff where I'm all like, I really hope this relationship work out just so they can, yeah, you gonna have to be around me. I'm like, you gonna have grandkids where half of me is going to be in half them grandkids. And so, yeah, I'm like, you gonna deny the love of your own family? They your blood too. So yeah, it's stuff like that where I'm all like, people gotta let that stuff go. I'm like, if the older generation, more so talking on the older generation, I feel like somebody my age, they ain't gonna be carrying on like that, you know, because you see so many like multicultural people running around and stuff, and I'm all like, fam, in this day and age, it's funny because like the episode that I was trying to do was talking on racism, and so it's funny how like now then did a full circle into, you know, doing this relationship advice episode. But anyways, so then he goes on to say, despite them being outwardly nice, this discovery was deeply hurtful, especially as my girlfriend seemed aware but did nothing to stop it. Yeah, that's something where I'm like, no, I definitely would stop that. I'm all like, hey, look, I guess like more so if this is my family, I'm like, no, you guys have your views on stuff, but y'all gonna have to keep them comments to yourself. I'm all like, oh, but we're family, yes, but that line of how'd that make you feel if I'm going through some stuff like that? You gonna trip about that? I'm like, that backwards mindset, no, that can't work. I'm like, not with me. So I'm like, nah, it's stuff like that where I'm like, no, that's not, that ain't cool, bro. So anyways, so then they go on to say, update, this past Sunday, we visited her family again, and not surprisingly, the pattern of rude comments continued. This time they called me dumb, amongst other things, and everyone laughed. I laughed along with them, then asked to pass the salad in Portuguese. So, oh, wow. Oh, that is smart. I definitely, no. Whoever this person is, You cool with me, bro, because that is smart. Saying it in their language, and then they probably all looking like, wait, he can understand us this whole time? I'm like, yeah, I said it in Portuguese. I'm like, yes, I can. And I'm like, and all that stuff y'all was saying is unnecessary and uncalled for. So then there's like, I could see the awareness and embarrassment spreading across the table one by one. I guess you don't make friends with salad. The dinner that followed was inevitably awkward. No one made a scene, but the atmosphere was tense. On the way home, I told my girlfriend I wanted to break up. Oh, wow. To my surprise, she didn't even ask why, which only confirmed my decision was the right one. Dang. I mean, hey, do what you gotta do, because that's something where it's like the thing is this. Now, my question is like, did the girl, so there was like the girlfriend knew, and then she did, she didn't do nothing. He said that earlier, and it's like, and then she didn't even like tell him and stuff. So yeah, that's crazy. It's like, cause you can't even trust that girl no more. So yeah, it's like, that's probably is the best thing to do, especially she ain't even telling you what they're saying. That's something where I'm like, if I'm in a situation where I'm in a relationship and it's like a relationship and they speak a language where I don't understand, I expect to know of that type of stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay, well then I ain't going around your family no more. It's like, yeah, it's good, but that's crazy. That girl ain't gonna never have a good relationship. I'm like, you in a household like that, and then you gonna date outside your race, and then it's like now then got to a full blown relationship, and then you ain't even gonna do nothing to stand up. Nah, she ain't gonna never be in a good, unless she's dating somebody within her race. And that probably wouldn't even go good. So yeah, I'm like, that girl ain't never gonna have a good relationship. And so then he goes on to say, given that we both moved to this town for work and we're living in a company-supplied rental, I reached out to our HR department to explain my situation. They were understanding and agreed to arrange a separate place for me. In the meantime, I'm staying at a hotel until everything is sorted out. I honestly feel empty about it now, empty inside. It's a roller coaster, and now there's a sort of nothing. Maybe I will feel better. Oh, no, yeah, you definitely gonna feel better. You gonna find better, and you gonna feel better, because, yeah, it's like that girl, she ain't did nothing to try. Yeah, it's like what he said, ain't did nothing to stop it, ain't tried to tell you, just gonna go on and just be, because I'm like, that would have continued, and that's something where I'm like, nah, I couldn't, for one, in reality, I wouldn't want to be in no situation like that, but to have some fun, oh, yeah, I probably would have built up that whole thing, probably no, you know what I did? I would have built up that whole relationship, right? Built it all up, proposed to her, and then, yeah, still, whether he was learning Portuguese or just overall, just, if he already knew. But at that wedding, okay, would have got it all suited up. I would have said my vows in Portuguese and made sure of it that I made eye contact with the whole family. See, that's how petty I am. But it's all like, those are the things that I'll be thinking about. But I'm like, okay, I know I wouldn't want to do all that because that's just doing too much, but I'm like, that's my level of pettiness. That's where I'm at in life. So, but anyways, this next one looks crazy. They're like, how can I forgive my husband for calling me a fat cow? That's crazy. I guess roast them back. I guess in a situation where if you are, if your husband or significant other is making rude comments about your size or whatever, yeah, no, roast them back. That's something where it's all like, I know like my approval ain't gonna matter, but still, it's something where I'm like I'm giving you the blessing of the roasting gods to roast your husband back, and I'm all like, fam, you are in no place of business to be talking out here shaped like a question mark. Say something. That's the thing though. You gotta say something that like really sits in their head. You gotta say something that's really gonna have them thinking like, dang, he gonna look in the mirror all like, dang, I do kind of look like a question mark a little bit, and it's gonna most likely start up a whole argument and all this other stuff. So I guess be prepared for the argument. But no, roast back. That's my advice in a situation like that. But so anyways, so she goes on to say, I'm 29 years old and I'm 31 weeks pregnant. That's crazy. And it's like, fam, that is your wife, and that's crazy. So anyways, so she was like, I'm pregnant. I'm 31 weeks pregnant with my first child. I used to be very in shape. I'd go to the gym 3 to 4 times per week. I've had a lot of complications with this pregnancy, and I haven't been able to do a lot of physical activities. Despite that, I've had some issues for being underweight given my gestational, I don't know, but anyways, week. The other day, my husband and I got into an argument. He called me a fat cow and oh, oh, he called her a garden tool. That's wow. That is some crazy stuff. I'm like, fam, that's something where a divorce. Like, she forgot to leave that out. I guess that comment must have not got to her, but I had to like go into my Wheel of Fortune brain with all these different words, and it's like, yeah, WHO, and then there's two letters left, and I'm like, okay, which, I'm like, Whooms? I'm like, he called you a Whooms? Nah, bro. I felt like I kind of pieced it together, and I'm like, yeah, I ain't need to buy no vowel either. I'm just gonna go ahead and solve this puzzle. That is crazy. Wow. So then she goes on to say he says he's sorry and that he only said it because he knew it would hurt me. Why would you say something that's gonna hurt somebody? I'm like, I'm not gonna. No, my thing is this. In a situation, I don't care what the argument is unless she done said something equally hurtful. I'm gonna say something that's not as hurtful. I'm like, you drink Diet Coca-Cola. I'm like, you're a weirdo who just be out here drinking Diet Coca-Cola and stuff. Like, I'm gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say something that's like disrespectful. You know, I'm like, oh, you'd always be walking around with your shoelaces untied. I'm like, what? You just don't care about your shoelaces getting dirty and wet? You're a weirdo for that. I'm trying to think of some other things that I would say. I'm like, you're a fan of the New England Patriots, and Tom Brady ain't even playing for that team no more. Why are you a fan of them? They're not gonna go back to the Super Bowl unless Tom Brady decides he's coming back. That ain't gonna happen. I'm like, you're a weirdo. And so stuff like that, okay. But it's something where it's like, I don't know, she looks at me and she's all like, you got the worst shoe game of all time, so now I gotta call her a fat cow and a garden tool? Yeah, bro. I'm like, nah, I don't care what the girl said. I'm like, unless she says something equally disrespectful, then it's like, okay, then you can't be surprised if he says something equally disrespectful. It's like, yeah, that's crazy. But so anyways, but I haven't been able to forgive him. I don't feel like undressing in front of him or showing him my belly at all. I can't bring myself to tell him that I love him or show any real affection towards him anymore. How should I continue with this relationship? And dang, y'all is married too. That's messed up. I was like, I feel like, definitely tell him how the comments made you feel. Communication. I didn't spell communication right, but anyways, that's not okay. I'm just gonna spell it how it is spelled. Communication is key. Talk to him, and if he can't respect, I almost spelled respect with a K. Respect you. I guess it's time to go to divorce court. Divorce court. Cause that's some crazy stuff, man. You call somebody a fat cow and a garden tool. I'm like, nah, bro, you got issues. That's what you got. You got some serious issues to say that to your wife. I can understand if it's a random individual. I'm all like, oh, they like. Let's say if this was like a relationship advice, like where the title said, oh, my husband called the random person a fat cow and a garden tool. I'm like, okay, they must have got into a serious argument and stuff. But I'm like, they ain't got. As long as he wasn't calling you that, then I'm like, fam, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. But yeah, that's crazy. But anyways, next one. My girlfriend told me she's sexually open and might want to have sex with other guys and asked how I'd feel. Yeah, if you ain't rolling with that type of party, then yeah, let her know. Cause that's something where I'm like, if a girlfriend, if I'm in a relationship and she's all like, oh yeah, I want to have sex with other guys, I'm like, okay, well, I guess the relationship is over. Cause I'm like, I'm not with that. I'm all like, I ain't never came to you with no stuff like that. And I'm saying that ain't something that we gonna, honestly, we ain't having a mutual agreement on it. So where do we go from here? I'm all like, cause that's something where it's like, now that you done raised that suspicion where it's all like, okay, well, I'm gonna just go out and do it anyways. Yeah, that's something where I'm all like, why would you even, like, okay, you trying to do it as a YouTube prank? I'm like, like, oh, haha, funny and stuff. But if you want some serious stuff and there ain't no cameras around, yeah, that's something I'm like, okay, well, I guess I will wish you the best. I'm leaving and I'll come back for my stuff tomorrow and or whenever. But I'm like, I'm not gonna be in a relationship with no girl. She talking about, oh, I want to be, because that's something where it's like, alright, you gotta think of something that's like equally upsetting. Where it's like, I'm trying to think of something where it's like, I don't know. Okay, let's say she's a clingy girlfriend. Let's say she likes to spend a lot of time. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to take vacations 364 days out of the year. And I'm only going to see you on just some old random day. But I'm just going to be gone. I'm going to just be going to places and stuff. Not bringing you along because I need space. And I'm like, you obviously going to be upset about some stuff like that. You going to be all like, okay, well, the relationship is over. So it's like, fam, I'm saying, it's like, yeah, that's some crazy stuff, man. I'm like, nah, in a situation like that, no. I'm like, that ain't gonna work with me. So next one, my wife was sexually, oh no, that might not be all that good to how I can, or it's, yeah, yeah, that's a little bit too dark. So yeah, I was getting ready to read into it, but I was like, I don't know about that one. So, but anyways, so this next one, they was all like, my wife says she's not in love with me. Can it be fixed? No. I was like, no. That's something where I don't know how to personally feel about that. Yeah, she comes up to you and says some stuff like that. I'm like, I guess the best, maybe like a marriage counselor. But I'm like, if that don't work, then yeah, I think that marriage is over. That's some crazy stuff. Dang, that'd be messed up to be in a situation like that. I don't know, because I know people will probably ask like, well, what would I do in this situation? Where if I'm in the wife's shoes, I'm like, I definitely would try to do things, because I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, that's something where I'm like, if I'm married, we done went through this whole process where, and they say, okay, you know what, now let's just read this. So, the guy says, we've been together for 10 years, married for 4, and a 2-year-old daughter. We've had our fair share of ups and downs. She's not too comfortable with physical contact. I've always liked it. We've never been a super sexual couple as much as I wish we were, but I never forced her or pushed her if she wasn't comfortable with it. Then a few weeks ago, she told me that she's no longer in love with me and isn't sure if she ever was. Wow. That is, that's crazy. That's something where it's like, dang. And then you think like somebody isn't too comfortable with physical contact, and yeah, then it's like, yeah, that's something where it might have been a situation where, yeah, that's crazy. Because that's something where I'm like, I don't know, bro. I don't think I will ever be in a relationship like that where I'm like, I'm more so talking on myself. Like, I feel like anybody, you walk up on your wife and then you try giving her a hug. She's like, no, get off me. I don't like that. That's weird. Wait, what? I'm like, fam, we are married with a 2-year-old daughter. I have seen your private parts. I'm like, that's something where I'm like, that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense at all. Yeah, that's something where I'm like, I don't know about that one. That's something where I'm like, she might be telling the truth on that. I guess, yeah, maybe try to go see a marriage counselor, but if that don't work, then yeah, that's something where I'm like, you gonna have to let that's a dead marriage, bro. Like, you just gonna have to let it go. But so anyways, I think my video games then came crashing down. They didn't come crashing down, but they're about to. Okay, hold on. I got it. Just, give me a second. Okay, boom. There we go. I gotta straighten out my video games because they were doing some like tilted tower type stuff. All right. So anyways, we good on that. So, but then he goes on to say, my whole world has come crashing down since, and I can't get a tangible thought together to see what's happening or what's gone wrong. Is there a way we could fix this other than calling it quits? Because I don't want to lose her, and the thought of not being able to see my daughter as soon as I wake up is very is making my heart break every time I think about it. I would look into a marriage counselor. That's not how you spell counselor. Marriage. Okay, how you spell counselor? No, that's not how you spell counselor either, bro. Why can I not spell counselor? Hold on, maybe if I do it like this, search, and then marriage counselor, copy and paste. Yeah, because I don't be spelling counselor like that. Okay, I'll look into a marriage counselor, but if that doesn't work, then it might be best to call it quits. and see if she's willing to work out a child custody thing. That's not how you spell custody. Bro, why can I not spell, bro? I put like, no, wait a second. No, wait. Okay, there we go. I just had misspelled the word a little bit, but I had it. I had the letters. I just misspelled the word. But work out child custody situation where you get, or where you get child custody situation where maybe your daughter stays with you and visits the mom on the weekends? Question mark, because I don't know if a mom would be willing to deal with some stuff like that. But I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. I definitely, because I'm like, yeah, that's just some wild stuff. I don't know how I would react to some stuff like that, where if I'm in a marriage and she's all like, oh yeah, I don't love you no more. I'm like, and now then she's like, I don't think I ever did. I'm like, what kind of sick, twisted stuff are you on right now? I'm like, that don't even make no sense. I'm like, how you just wake up one day and you're just like, oh, I'm not in love anymore? That's crazy. That's something where I'm like, I know people will probably ask like, well, what would I do if I'm in her shoes? I definitely would try to work things out, because I'm like, that just would be crazy if you be married to somebody and you don't love them. And then it's like, then if you never loved them in the first place, then it's like, why did you be in a relationship with them for 10 years, married for 4, and then 2 years ago had a kid? Yeah, that's some crazy stuff, man. I'm like, no, you're a weirdo for that. I'm like, I definitely would try to work things out, but yeah, I guess if things don't work out, then it's probably best to call it quits, because I'm like, she don't care for you. So I'm like, why still be in a situation like that? So I'm like, nah, bro, that's crazy. So, but anyways, yeah, until next time, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe if you're viewing this on podcast streaming service. Thank you guys, and peace.